Obviously, you guys have the cutback in the second half, but how much do you look back at that sequence at the end of the first half where David Ellis fumbles, they go back and they score? I mean, how much is that a turning point in the game? Do you feel like?
I thought it was huge. We had a chance to go in and score, and not only do we not score, they get the ball and then drive down the field and get all that momentum going at halftime. So I thought that was a pretty tough sequence of events there that you hate to have happen. But you got to secure the football, got to do a better job of that offensively, and punch it in when you're in the tight red zone like that. So yeah, that was probably a pretty critical turning point in the game.
All right, Zach, and then Tom Brew.
I guess, Tom, you've talked a lot about Michael as a leader and wanting him to be more of a leader, both vocally and just with his actions. In the way that he kind of gets you guys back in the game, is that maybe representative of what he's transforming into in your mind in that second half, the way he plays, the way he pulls the offense back?
There's no question. And I think that's part of leadership. It's by your performance, and in the way that you exude confidence to your teammates when they know that, as long as we got time on the clock and snaps to be played, that we got a chance, and so he shows tremendous poise, something we talked about for this game, knowing we're going to need it. And he doesn't just, talk about having that. He lives it out. And he showed it again in this game. And he brought us back. Defense made some, timely stops, got some takeaways, and gave us a chance. But yeah, his leadership by the way that he plays the game is pretty special.
All right, Tom, and then Peaks.
Tom, they had that stretch there late second quarter, and then, of course, the first drive in the second half where they scored on 4 straight drives of 75 or more. And you seemed like you got in the stretch there where you guys couldn't stop them at all. Was part of that tackling just good play calling on their part, or what did you see there that just kind of hit the skids for you?
Yeah, I mean, the tackling was pretty apparent. I thought it was not good, and a lot of them were on Justin Fields. I mean, he's so strong and quick, and some of our best players consistently couldn't get him on the ground, which is disappointing and frustrating. But so that was part of it, and then even just wrapping up their big, strong backs. But you just kind of get, they've got so much talent on the perimeter that stresses you to be able to. You want to get pressure on them and then stop the run without giving. So it's just kind of a catch-22 they put you in because of their talent, and then his escapability and ability to make plays with his legs is hard, So that stretch there, but I tell you, for our kids to be able to just stay the course and keep fighting and keep playing and have a chance. We got the ball, had the ball at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, down by 7 to go win the game, but weren't able to do it.
All right, Peaks and Bob Kravitz.
Just to follow up on that, you're down 35-7, and you always say giving up that first drive as a touchdown in the second half is a killer, but you still fought back from that. Just that really speaks to your team's character, you think?
Without question. And that's what I just told him in the locker room, and so disappointed that we fell short, but proud of the heart, the fight, the toughness of this team. I didn't quit. I think you got a chance to see that they truly are special. And we just got to play better, and it's a really good football team we played. They're substantially elevated level of play compared to the other teams we've played so far in so many different ways, but for our guys to be able to, put ourselves in that position and obviously give them credit for making plays, but we continued to battle to the very, very end.
All right, Bob, then Kevin Brockway.
Tom, when you're headed home tonight and maybe even once you get home, are there about 2 or 3, maybe a handful of plays that you look back at and say, man, that's where it got away?
Well, like you said, the fumble before half, I thought that whole sequence there was tough. Just to me, we had a fourth down drop. I thought was critical in the red zone there. We had a chance to convert and keep, even get a field goal or a touchdown. Those are tough mistakes. Even just some big plays we gave up, some situation where we got ourselves a chance. But there's always, 2 or 3 plays that you wish you could have back. The pick six was tough. As well as Michael played. Michael did some awesome things, but you hate that. It's not a mistake he usually makes. And so, and like you said, in games like this, those kind of plays, there's 2 or 3 of those that, in a 7-point game, those become the difference, and so just being able to, learn from them and correct them and keep moving forward.
All right, Kevin and then Greg Doyle.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, I think the run margin in the first half was 196 to -6. I mean, how much does a game like this underscore having to establish a little bit of a run game to take pressure off Mike, particularly, in the second half when he has to kind of pass the team back?
Yeah, it's huge, and we've talked about it a lot. And I was concerned about our ability to run the ball against these guys, and it proved to be true. So, yeah, it's something we have to make a major priority. Got to get a whole lot better up front and do a better job running the football to take some pressure off our pass game.
All right, Greg, then Olivia.
Tom, hey, you talked about your team's heart and fight and all that, and that can be a backhanded compliment, not from you, but from other people like us, if we don't handle this the right way being you guys belonged in the game. Would you just the level of talent you guys have now compared to OSU and how you've closed the gap, would you mind expounding on how this was a fair fight?
Well, I mean, obviously the score is what matters. And even though we had a deficit there, I thought the first half, when we're getting the takeaways, if we could have got some momentum off of those and got some points, got some more points off of those, that would have been huge. And there's no question the gap has been closed. We're not there yet. They still have a lot of elite players that make it very, very challenging. But we're working hard to continue to close that, and that's part of recruiting. It's player development. And, since I've been here, we've never had a fourth quarter game with these guys. We played them well at times, even up to maybe even halfway through the third quarter my first year, but then it really got away from us in the fourth quarter quite a bit. But there's no consolation. I mean, we came here to win the game, and being close isn't good enough. And so we gotta find a way to keep recruiting, keep developing, and keep improving this football team so we can make those plays we got to make to be able to win games like this.
Thanks.
Olivia, then Rabbi.
Coach, you talk about player development. One player that's still trending upwards is Ty Freifogel. Can you explain to us what you think the world saw from him today on the big stage?
Well, just the ability to fight for the football and make contested catches and just be big and strong and then run after catch, and just, there's a lot of hand fighting going on between the DBs and the receivers. It happens on both, happens with us on defense and them on defense and, those kind of things. And he just got so much body control. And, some guys have a knack for that, and he does. He really understands how to track the ball and just comes up with big plays. And they really had a hard time stopping him for sure. So he's a special player, and we got several on offense. And I'm just excited for him to be able to be playing at this high of a level. And to me, we just got to continue to keep growing and keep building and just keep moving forward as a football team.
All right, Rabbi, and then we'll close with Jim Coyle.
Hey, Coach, what do you think you guys have shown the country through these first 5 weeks, the wins you've gotten and going toe-to-toe on the road with the team that's number 3 in the country?
Well, I mean, people have their opinions, and, you see all the different stuff, and people kind of act like that, we kind of, whatever, these first few games, and didn't think we belonged on the same field with Ohio State. And I obviously didn't agree with that. But until you prove it on the field, it doesn't really matter what I think. So, I think we're showing that we're a good football team. And I think we're a really good football team. We're still not where we need to be yet, and got some key guys that weren't able to play today. Hopefully we can get them back here in the near future. And just to me, it's about continuing to show and prove on the field that we're one of the top programs in the Big Ten. And we haven't been that way in the past for a long time, and that's our goal. That's how we want to be, and that's how I believe we're getting closer and closer all the time.
Jim, last one for Tom.
Coach, you told the Fox sideline reporter going off that your team would fight, would compete in the second half. You were down 3 scores a year ago. This is a team that was fighting to just win against the other teams of the Big Ten. Today it was the number 3 team on the road, the number 3 team in the country. Talk about the difference in your team's ability to win mentally today versus a year ago.
Well, there's maturity with our guys and higher level of expectation. We're a year older. We're a little better physically, even though our off season was really very difficult with COVID and everything. I know everybody was in the same plane, but we really struggled with that over the summer. We had a lot of stoppages with our guys, very little continuous flow. So that was hampered, in a way you hoped it would be even more so from last, season to this season. But at the same time, I feel like that we're a mentally tough football team that didn't quit. And it shows a lot to me about this character of this football team and the character of the young men in that locker room. And I'm so proud of them for that, and our coaching staff and just the mindset that we have. And to me, it's always about expectations and belief. And we expected to come here and win the game, and we believe we could. Made too many mistakes for that to be a reality, but our kids fought to the very end. So I think we're definitely growing as a program. We're putting ourselves in position to go toe-to-toe with the best in the country, and that's called growth and progress, and that's not going to stop.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
Have a great day, Elio.
All right, Matt.